Alrighty. So we're going to do just the highlighted questions from the lecture, which are 6, 8, 9, 11, 18, 20, 24, 31, 32, and 41. And then I will do a separate one for chapter 3, because I'm pretty sure people don't want to sit and watch all the way through chapter 2, which are easy ones, and then not watch, and then trying to get to chapter 3. So I'm separating the two because I'm pretty sure people find aliquots far more hard. Also, this is a day late because YouTube said I didn't know my own channel, even though I did, and I had to call them, I had to be on there, and then it ended up being some completely different. All right, so how many tablets can you prepare from 1 kilogram? If you're making a whole bunch of aspirin tablets, they're the low strength, the baby aspirin, your St. John Joseph, is it St. Joseph's aspirin? Oh, I'll have to double check. But, so we're making a bunch of baby aspirin. So we have this huge pile of aspirin. So, no, I went ahead of myself. So we have 1 kilogram, and we need to convert that to milligrams. So we have 1,000 grams per 1 kilogram, and then we have 1,000 milligrams per every 1 gram. And so you will find, I'm just going to do it on the calculator just because, just to show. That's our grams, and then boom, million milligrams, which is where it comes from. So, all right. So that's how many milligrams. And so you've canceled out this stuff. And then normally what I would do is, oh, why are you being like that? No. So normally I would not say, writing this next to it, but I was going to try something fun. So then take our million milligrams, and we want to find out how many tablets we can make. And so then these two cancel out, and then we just find tabs. So 12,000, 3, 4, 5 tabs that we can make. So there you go. There's your answer right there. Okay. And we got it right. All right, I have to be careful because I'm trying not to. I put the answers in this time just so I could double check it without jumping back and forth. All right, a liquid contains 0.25. All right, so let's 0.25 milligram of a substance per 1 milliliter. How many grams of the substance will 3.5 liters contain? Okay, so we have 3.5 liters, and there is 1,000 milliliters for every 1 liter, and that gets canceled. So we have 3,500 milliliters, and then it's 0.25, so 3,500 milliliters every 1 milliliter. That's wonky. 25 milligrams. I'm pretty sure I know this off the top of my head, but I'm just being cautious because I don't want to confuse people. All right, 875. So 875 milligrams for that whole entire 3.5 liters. Let's see if we're right. 0.875. All right. Oh, how many grams of... See, this is where we're going to get tricked. Okay. So 875 milligrams, and then you want to convert. There's 1,000 milligrams for every 1 gram. And so divided by 1,000 is 0.875 grams. Sorry, didn't do that. So then that is your answer. There. I'm seeing there's another way I could probably have done this. Now that I realized how many grams. I probably could have converted this to grams and then multiplied it, and then I would have found it. But that's clunky. Feels way more clunky. Okay. An inhalation aerosol contains 225 milligrams of metaproterenol sulfate, which is sufficient for 300 inhalations. How many micrograms sulfate would be contained in each inhalation? So we can do this. So we're trying to find micrograms, yes, and we're in milligrams. So there's our first conversion. So 225 milligrams, and you have to ask yourself, how many micrograms are in a milligram? Well, there are 1,000 micrograms for every 1 milligram, if I remember correctly. So this is 225 and 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we're going to take that number and divide it by all the inhalations, because we're trying to figure out how much would be... I should probably label this so that people know what I'm doing. So 300 inhalations. So divided by 300. 750. I believe that is right. All right, cool. So that is our, and it would be per inhalation, not inhalations. Oh, and then I don't want these highlighted. So, all right. Ooh, colchicine, our favorite, guys. So, how many tablets, each containing 600 micrograms, may be prepared from 30 grams of colchicine? So there's 2 different ways you can go about this, and I'm gonna go the batshit crazy way because that's how my brain works. So everything you're gonna find is usually going to be in either milligrams or micrograms. So I'm going to convert the 30 grams to micrograms. So have 1,000 milligrams for every 1 gram. So those 2 cancel out. And then you have, for every 1 milligram, 1,000 micrograms. Actually, I'm not going the batshit way, crazy way. I wanted to. All right, so 30 million micrograms of colchicine. and then divide that by 600. So micrograms, and then 1 tab, and then 600 micrograms. I personally don't like this many zeros after everything, because then it gets me all confused. So one more zero. All right, so it says 50,000. Which, does that make sense? You usually lose 2 zeros, lose 2 zeros. Seems about right. All right, yes, all right. So that's right. So the original way that I was going to go about this is converting 600 micrograms to milligrams. So 600 micrograms. So taking that divided by 1,000 micrograms per 1 milligram, which would equal 0.6, and then taking 30 grams times 1,000 milligrams for every 1 gram. So then that one would be that, and then doing it all in milligrams. Which should equal 50,000 as well. So, yep. So that was the original way I was going to do it, but I figured I should just probably keep it all in one standard and not confuse people. You could also have converted this into grams, which would have been fun. So that's one way of doing it. So, but highlight the answer. All right. Ooh, everybody's favorite, Humira. Recombinant human monoclonal antibody is available in a pre-filled syringe containing 40 milligram per 0.08 milligram injection count. All right, this is easy. Just take 40 milligrams and you divide it by 0.8 milliliters. So, which I think is 50. Yeah. So it's 50 milligrams per milliliter. All right. Yep. So, oh, right. I need to highlight that. I don't, but I'd like to. Could be a complete bastard to not do it. All right. A patient is instructed to take 50. Is that micrograms too? I think so. All right. Lyme is like, all right, Paramax. All right, for the first 2 days of treatment. So 2 days of treatment, and then 150 micrograms on the 3rd day, 4th and 5th days. So then that is 1, 2, 3 days. All right, and then they take 250, 6, 7, 8 days. So that's 3 days, and then 350 on the 9th day, which is 1 day. All right. So this is 100, and then that's 450. That is 750, and that is 350. All right, that's 1,100. That is 550. Why is my brain blinking? All right, so that is 1,650 grams. This is pyramid addition. It just reduces the amount of additions. Instead of doing these two, then adding that one, then adding that one. Instead of doing that, you end up doing it a little bit faster. You end up eliminating, I think, like one addition from your whole entire scheme. Okay, and then this is in micrograms. We have to change this to milligrams. I believe these are micrograms. So then this is 1.65 milligrams, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, okay. I just haven't looked at this stuff in a long time. Okay. That's how you find that one, because we're converting here. So the real tough thing is to just keep track of all this, keeping track of this. This is easy, the rest of it. All right, so starting dose of sodium oxybate oral solution Xyrem is 4.5 grams a night. Okay, a night, divided into 2 equal doses that is administered 2.5 to 4 hours apart. Okay, so if we were administering this a couple hours apart, you would have 2.25 gram a dose, right? How many milliliters of the oral solution containing 500 milligrams per milliliter should, yeah, and so it's supposed to be equal doses. So we have done that. All right. And then it contains 500 milligrams per milliliter, should be administered in each dose. So you're going to convert milligram to gram. So you're going to end up with half a gram per milliliter for your thing. So if we're doing 2.25, then how many would it be? So I'm tempted to pull out my calculator just because my brain is telling me something different. So it would be 4.5 milliliters, because you would do 2.25 grams a dose. And you would divide it 0.5 gram, 1 milliliter equals 4.5 milliliters a dose. So that person is getting 9 milliliters total, but they're asking per dose. So got that right. Oh, let me highlight that. All right, a prefilled syringe contains 20 milligram of drug in 2 milliliter of solution. How many micrograms of drug would be administered by an injection that was half of a milliliter? Okay, so this is a ratio of 10, so it would be 5 microgram per half a milliliter. Okay, well then that just means that we have to convert the top to micrograms. So 5 milligrams, 1,000 micrograms per 1 milligram is equal to 5,000 micrograms. And they're not asking how many micrograms per milliliter, it's just how many. Yep. So we got that right. I was afraid I'm going to screw up again. All right, we're getting to the home stretch. I see the thing is getting closer to the bottom. All right, a vial contains 80 milligrams of drug X for every 2 milliliter of injection. How many milliliters of the injection should be administered to obtain 0.02 grams of the drug? So the way that I could see this happening is you have a pediatric child and you have to convert and you find out that the child needs an obscenely small amount of something, or somebody who is extremely fat is the other reason that you would convert drugs, because some drugs get stored in the fat deposits because, so we're going to draw a fat person just to explain why this might happen. So they're very, very fat, and this is their muscles. And so all the drug gets stuck here in their fat, whereas a skinny person, let's draw their muscles. So that's how much would get stuck there. So that is another reason why that you might have to do this kind of calculation in that situation. And then there's renal, and then there's liver drugs, but those are kind of things that specific for each drugs. But I've had one time where I've had to do that, where I've had to actually convert because the person was too fat. They were like 600 pounds, I believe. I mean, special gurneys and stuff. All right, sorry, sidetracked. So we're going to convert this to milligrams. So, why is my, so 20 milligrams, right? Am I not going, I'm going nuts today. Yeah, okay. Why is my brain telling me? So we need 20 milligrams to give to this person. And so that would be 40 milligrams per 1 liter. So then you would just look at that and go, oh, that's half of that. So I just need half a milliliter. So, but if, say, this was like not a very nice ratio, you would take, usually I would find the milliliters, but you could take 80 divided by 20, which would equal 4, and then you would take 2 and divide it by 4, and you find that you need half a milliliter. Or you can do ratio A, which is 80 milligram over 2 milliliter equals 20 milligrams over X milliliter, and then you would multiply these two and then divide. So you'd find 40, and then you'd find 40, and then you would divide by 80, and then you would find half, and that would also go there. So there's 3 different ways. You could do it this way, you could do it this way, or you could do it this way. So there's no real wrong way, but there's multiple ways to figure out stuff in pharmacy. I believe this is the last question. All right, and then I will move to aliquots, because that's everybody's favorite thing. All right, a recommended dose for a brand nicotine patch is 21 milligrams per day for 6 weeks, followed by 14 milligrams a day for 2 weeks, and then 7 milligrams a day for 2 more weeks. What quantity total in grams will the patient receive during the course of treatment? So first, we have to convert weeks to days. So there's 6 weeks, and there's, for every 1 week, there are 7 days. Why am I not able to think? 6 times 7. God. 42. Answer life, everything. Why am I not? So there's 42 days. And then there's 14 and 14. And then you want to multiply these up. So they're doing so many milligrams a day. So 21 milligrams a day. And this is 14 milligrams a day. And this is 7 milligrams a day. I don't know why my brain's not working today. So 882 milligrams, and then 6 milligrams. $98. And then we have to add all these. So all this added together is 1,176 milligrams. Now we have to take that and convert it as well. So there are 1,000 milligrams for every gram, because they asked us to find that up there. It would be 1.176 grams. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to stop broadcasting, and then I will start chapter 3 and the aliquots.